Could you tell the story about the bull?
Oh yeah, I think this story kind of maybe typifies the fragility of recovery efforts of caribou. Like I said, they're fairly docile animals. They just they exist where other animals aren't, and as long as you don't put those other obstacles in their way, they're kind of fine. Leave them alone, and they'll do okay. And under some pretty extreme environmental conditions. I mean, they're not up on top of the Selkirks getting fat in the winter. They're just surviving. But we got a report one time it was kind of a mid-elevation area in the Selkirks of, there's a couple cattle allotments in the Selkirks, and there's a young woman who was out kind of doing some cleanup end of the season stuff, and she noticed this big animal. She actually didn't really know what it was. It was like this funny looking moose elk thing that had become tangled in a single strand smooth wire fence, and that's what they used in part of the cattle allotment. So it wasn't a barbed wire, it wasn't multi-strand or anything. It was a single smooth wire fence, and so we checked on it, and it turned out it was an adult bull caribou that had got its antlers tangled around or its antlers were tangled around the barbed wire fence, and it was, what surprised me, and this was in September, I think, so it wasn't really hot, but it had been maybe in the 70s. One of the things that struck me about this scene is we got up there, and there's the dead caribou laying there, and the wire was wrapped around the base of its antlers, but it didn't appear there was a big struggle, and it seemed like what happened is this caribou just kind of got tangled up in the wires, and just, I don't know if it panicked or what, but just probably died of hypothermia is the best that we can, hyperthermia, excuse me. The best that we can think of is it couldn't move, it couldn't get to water. They have very good insulating. Their hide is very well insulating. That's how they get by in the winter up there. And I think it just overheated and died. And it was, just this another one of these little glitches that other animals might be able to deal with. The caribou just couldn't deal with it and just fell over and died of heat stroke. Single wire, smooth wire fence. Yeah. Just that's all that was required to take that bull down, and it was a beautiful bull. It was an adult bull. Yeah, it didn't take much to kill that one.